Hello, Star Wars and unboxing fans. Welcome to a new day. A new day here on the Darth Tuba channel. I'm your host, Darth Tuba. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right today. I am on a mission. As soon as I can find my keys. I'm on a mission to kind of change up a little bit how the channel is going to work. Now, there'll still be unboxings. No worries there. There will still be deliveries that come in that I will unbox on the channel. But anybody who's been watching the channel knows that I've kind of been going through some... Make sure the car starts. I've kind of been going through some, some desire for change. Mix things up a little, do things a little differently. I've been getting inspired. In fact, I'm not gonna drive right now. I'm just gonna sit for a minute, let the car warm up. I've been getting inspired by some other channels that I've watched, and I feel like, it's time to make some solid adjusts. Now, people who know the channel know that I've really been selling off a lot of my collection, not in any way selling off all of my collection. And what I am keeping and what I am continuing to collect is really starting to get more focused. So basically where I am in my desire to collect is I've kind of restricted it to the following. Anything that is of a vintage, either original vintage or new looking vintage variety. So in other words, the VC collection, which is both the figures, multi-packs, vehicles, as well as anything from the 70s and 80s, mostly related to toys, although I'll dabble in a few ephemera and things outside of that. And that's kind of where my thing is taking me. In addition to that, occasional Disney Star Wars crossovers, like figures, like they always release droids around the holidays. I collect those. I collect some of the Galaxy's Edge stuff if I think it's really cool. I don't have a huge connection to that, but I don't mind, dabbling in that a little bit, because we're also Disney. We're a Disney family. We go to Disney all the time. So that's going to be something that crossover is there. Obviously, I collected as much of the Halcyon Galactic Star Cruiser merch as I could, and now they just announced that it's going to be offices for Imagineering. So I don't see that coming back anytime soon. And I said, when I heard about that, I actually told my family, I said, guys, I am not feeling any sense of loss on that as much as I'm feeling gratitude that we did it. Because even if they kept it, I doubt we'd do it again for a long time. So, hopefully it'll come back in some form in a few years. But right now they got their targets set on like 4 other lands. There's a place in Animal Kingdom they're going to do. There's going to be like the Villains Land. There's going to be a new Cars attraction. There's like 4 or 5 things huge that they're working on. So Galactic Star Cruiser reboot is a decade down the road, if not longer. So I'm not worried about it, but I'm grateful that we did it. Yeah, so back to collecting. That's kind of where my thinking is taking me. So I have started gathering a lot. So much so that I don't even know if I can restrict this to one sale a year. One yard sale. So, I'm making some plans to maybe start doing some flea markets. There's a local one here about 20 minutes from here that they have tables already there. The cost to do it is pretty reasonable. So at some point, I want to do that. But I haven't yet pulled the trigger on it. But I've been watching a lot of videos of some different people that do flea markets. They basically film themselves going to flea markets. And they're more general. Either on a Flea Bitten Adventures, I think is one of them. And he just goes around to flea markets. He seems to collect a lot of different things. He likes Star Wars, but sorry, just getting the ice off my car here. He likes Star Wars, but he collects a lot of different things. He likes all sorts of stuff, so which works for him. That's a great thing. And then there's another guy, Froggy Flips. He's definitely more of a Midwest guy, but he goes around to toy shows, and he really inspired me. I watched his videos. First of all, he's a nice guy. He seems very friendly. He seems very approachable. And he seems to have a really great following. So I watched a lot of his stuff now, and I love what he does. Now, he does it for a living. He flips. He goes and finds stuff in flea markets and yard sales and shows, and then he buys them, and then he keeps some for his collection and flips them. I don't know how much flipping I plan on doing, but I have decided that I want... Oh, and another one, a bounty toy hunter, I think. He's more of a kind of East Coast, but south into like Georgia, Tennessee. I guess he and his wife or girlfriend, they go around looking for vintage stuff, you know, and it's great. And of course, Padawan Collector is another one that I follow, but that I've communicated back and forth with him a few times. I think that what I really want to do is tinker. I'm enjoying the idea of just going on the hunt. I miss going on the hunt. The hunt was everything. From the 90s all the way up through about 5 years ago, the hunt was the fun part, is going into the toy stores and say, oh my God, there it is. There's the Kenner this or the Hasbro that. We don't have that anymore. You know, there's a little bit of it. There's a little taste of it that you get in Walmart and Target. But for the most part, everything is on. You just do it on pre-order. You just pre-order everything, and then it comes in the mail 3, 6, 9 months, a year later. So, which is nice, but it's not part of the fun. The hunt is part of the fun. So, I'm going to devote parts of the channel, not the whole thing, but part of the channel on a weekly basis or every semi-weekly to go out into the community. I have mapped out a bunch of flea market locations, a bunch of vintage, retro, antique toy shops and dealers all around the New Jersey area, a little bit of eastern Pennsylvania, a little bit of maybe just a little bit into New York, and also a list of shows, toy shows that happen. Obviously, they don't happen all the time, but we have a couple here that happen like monthly, and that's what I'm going to do today. So today I'll be going to the Wayne Toy Show. I've done this before, but this is first time for 2025, and I'm going to be heading out there to see, you know, just to do a hunt. I have nothing particular to look for. I'm more interested in just seeing what people have out there. Obviously, I'm looking for Star Wars. I will say that I have started, because I've collected a lot of Star Wars over the vintage Star Wars 70s and 80s. I have a lot of the stuff there. I'm not looking to spend oodles and oodles of money. I'm also not looking for, you know, mint in card, mint on box, any of that stuff, because I can't afford it. I mean, and even if I could, I have a hard time spending like $2,500 on a single toy. If I have $2,500 to spend, I would rather spend it on 10 toys, you know, 20 toys. I just feel like I want more for my money. I know that it's about, that's a value, an investment per se, and I do some of that. You know, I go on auction sites and try to buy some items in bulk, and then try to sell them off individually. You know, one piece here, one piece there. Not a lot. I don't do that very much. So that's the other thing. The other thing I'm looking for is, speaking of vintage, is I want to try to complete a box collection of all the boxes that the toys came in. I kept a lot of them, as you can see. If you look in the back of my, you know, my studio behind me, my backdrop, you'll see a bunch of boxes there. I'd like to try to get more, but just boxes. So that's going to be hard. Boxes are hard to just get, but if I can find a damaged box or a really, really low quality toy that's in a damaged box, I might, you know, that's something where the price will be reflecting that older model and older and not so good condition. I might be good with that. I just love the box art. I love that. I think I'm most excited about that. So that's what I'm on the hunt for. So let's get to Wayne, New Jersey, and see what is available here. It's a small show. You know, we don't do a lot of big shows here. I'm a little jealous of that Froggy Flip guy, because he gets a lot of shows. There's like a ton of big, huge toy shows. Some of them like Star Wars themed or G.I. Joe themed or whatever. So there's a lot of stuff out there, but I don't know if I'm going to find that here, but that's all right. I'm just dabbling a little bit. You know, I have a full-time job. I can't devote too much time to this. That might change though in a couple of years. You know, retirement's coming, and when retirement's coming, I plan on devoting a lot more time to going on the hunt. Let's see what we can find.
This is $930 right here without, and I took off every $7 when I even counted.
doing?
How you doing today?
No, that's not a sticker. This kid belongs to yeah. Had the same series. My yellow submarine. I didn't look at it till like I had the mummy. It's in the first grade, and I read my name. Yeah, no, they're really thank you, jokingly. Yeah, it's first grade. So those are good. The classic Beatles are grade 68, 65, 68.
That was a fun game. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love all that stuff. I'll pick it out one day. Yeah. Yeah.
I sold the Navy.
That's survival.
No, it was the metal one. They had
Metal?
those
Oh, okay.
They had another
It's a little tight. I have to put a board behind me, and they were making a big stink about that. You pulled out too far. I'm like, I gotta pull out at least 3 or 4 Oh, but you know, we need the aisle space. You know?
Good. How you doing today?
Those are all together. These are all the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Bust up.
Yep.
So it's a cool set. And I have all the pieces for the Rebo band.
What are you asking on the Rebo band?
200.
200?
I mean, I'll negotiate. I know it's going for over 225 when you have all the pieces loose. But,
True.
But I mean, if you're interested, I would negotiate.
Let me sweep here. What about these guys?
They're all different prices. Some
Okay.
have the weapons, some don't. I mean, just see like these are the vintage.
I know. That's the new guy. Or new.
That's all I have
I
left.
love how new meaning like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That's a good point.
versus. So there's vintage, and real vintage.
So he's 10.
Okay.
This guy, believe it or not, is 50, but I was gonna do 30 on him.
Okay.
The weak weighs 10 each.
Okay.
And Admiral Ackbar, I'll do 10 on him too because
Okay.
they don't have a weapon.
They don't have a weapon, right?
Yeah,
All right, I
so-
might be back for those.
Yeah. I had every original vintage, and in the summer, I decided to sell them. That's all I have left.
You know, I've been actually trying. I mean, I have. You know,
This was just on my shelf the other day.
You got to be you got to be close to me in age. So I mean, I have all the vintage. You know, from when I was a kid, and I don't want to part with it. You know what I mean? I've been collecting
I
all.
didn't want it either, but I got 2 kids in college.
With you, right? No, and I've been collecting all the new stuff, and I've been slowly kind of picking and
I'm
choosing.
doing $10 on it.
Yeah, I like the vintage collection new stuff because of the old card looking stuff.
Correct.
Even with the new, I mean, I'm a lover. I love all the.
Yeah.
I've been loving all the TV shows. I've been loving
Yeah.
all of it.
I didn't like Acolyte, though. I wasn't a fan of
I mean,
Acolyte.
I didn't hate it. It
The
wasn't.
Skeleton Crew wasn't bad.
No, I enjoy Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
bad.
my least thing is that some things just don't resonate as much with me. Acolyte was like that, but I didn't
Yeah.
hate it. I just was like, whatever, it's there. But I liked, I do like Skeleton Crew. But I've been, trying to curate and get room in the basement.
Listen, I'll negotiate. If there's anything of interest.
Let me walk
This
around.
is a great set, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
actually. If it's not either original vintage or
Right.
vintage collection,
Oh, I got you.
I'm trying to thin it out.
Yeah. I got you.
But and I have these already, but I just wanted to see what you were asking for, so I'm probably going to pass on that right now. But I'll be around. Thanks.
There he is, Mr. Cameraman.
Oh yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Good, good. How have you been?
I'm good.
Hey, you want to take a picture of something fucking high end? Here, look at that shit. 90.
Holy crap!
90, mask.
I'm a little bit past mask. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
know, but look at the back. Look at the back on that thing.
I know it's awesome.
Yeah, I figure you get it. If you
that's
want to
cool.
video something nice, that's a nice piece.
What are you asking on the dewback?
I'm 150.
150?
Yeah, the brains aren't broken. No, I'm saying almost all the brains are broken. So
Yeah.
when you buy this piece,
Right.
it has a decent box.
I'm actually more interested in the box, but I mean,
Right, the box is decent, but I'm saying the dewback's more important
Yes.
because the reins aren't broken. But I
Right.
do know the dewbacks, the reins, they break a lot. So
Okay, cool. All right,
You got it.
Let me do my rounds.
you got
I might
it.
be
You got
back
it,
on
man.
that.
I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, it's my daughter's an artist.
Cool, I love it. Yeah.
During COVID, she was down in Florida, locked up,
Right.
like everybody, and
That's
she was
amazing.
giving me like,
The coloring on it, it's
Yeah.
amazing looking.
she was giving me,
And that's your daughter's, I guess, on
yeah,
it?
she does. She's a
That's so
professional
cool.
artist designer. She
Nice,
does stuff
that's
like this.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
So you must be creative too.
Well, I'm more the music guy, but.
But creativity's got to be there.
Yeah, well, you know what the funny thing is? She's actually my adopted daughter.
Okay.
So my wife's the dancer, I'm the musician, and she's the artist. So
Oh, it rubs off on everybody, right?
Darth Tuba. My name is Will, but Darth Tuba is my channel.
Right here, I got one.
Oh, sorry, thanks.
Yeah, no worries, thank you, man. That's cool.
All right,
That's very cool. I love it.
Yeah, she does that too. So
Darth Tuba, very
Yeah.
cool. I love it, man. Thank you.
I'll be back. Sell it if someone else wants it, but I might be back for the do back.
No worries.
You know they're coming out with another
Oh yeah. Oh, I do.
it's baseball themed.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's called The Empire Strikes.
Do you remember? I remember during the 1980 World Series, they did a whole parody on the World Series called The Empire Strikes Back. They cast it with, Reggie Jackson was Lando Calrissian, Tommy Lasorda was R2D2. It was really bizarre. It was
I don't remember that, but
yeah.
I know
It was during the series they did that.
That was the year the Phillies won, right?
I think so. My baseball stuff is limited.
80 and 2008 they won.
Cool. Empire Strikes Back. Love it.
I couldn't tell you who they beat in 80.
Nah.
The black chain?
Now I can put some of my Thundercats in the game.
Go put it on, dude.
Nah, boy, that's a great line.
$75 for your autograph? Charge for $75 for an autograph. Jibbers. You got the deal, right? I'm talking about like 60.
Dallas Howard because I thought am I ever going to be in college? And so
They're still available, right?
So the thing is that everyone has their cycle, and sometimes they have a lot of sellers that do like, I always ship out on Wednesdays, or I'm going to ship out on Mondays, or something like that. So sometimes that's what it is. You're going to get things that you can pay for first, later, pay for this later. Is it going that way? That's first. Oh, yeah.
So it's key is just tell everybody and spread the word. That's what we're trying.
The thing is, you only gave me fucking these good stuff. That's for me. I don't have anybody else.
So, actually, that was a really, really good show. That was a really good start to my flea market, vintage toy show, vintage toy store scouting. Picked up a couple of items. One thing I picked up that was just kind of random was R2-D2 cologne. So I could smell like R2-D2, whatever that is. But I actually did get some kind of a droid-related cologne. It actually smelled pretty good. I don't know if it's the same kind, but we'll see. Of course, it could also be old and it might not be good, but I like the fact that it came in a really cool R2-shaped container. So I still like a few weird things. You know, we'll see how long they stay in. Beyond that, a bunch of like kind of random figures. It's interesting, you know, how some people put these things up for like, you know, like there was a guy trying to sell figures, loose figures for like $40, $50, $60. And then these, I mean, yes, they're incomplete. They're kind of scuffed up, but I bought like 8 of them for $35. And why? I try to get some generics, so maybe I could do some customizing, but also if I start getting more of these Pali toy things, I have figure fodder to put onto the display. So I kind of look for the generic figures that, you know, Cantina Aliens, I got a couple more in there. I got Greedo, I got Walrus Man, got a couple of Obi-Wans, got a few of the Obi-Wan figures. Greedo, Walrus Man. Waiting for that Cantina, or not Cantina, Yeah, no, it is Cantina. The HasLab Cantina. When that comes in, I'm going to have a ton of new and old figures to put in there. I did go a little bit off the rails a bit, and I picked up a Firefly. This is one of those, for just a couple of dollars. A Firefly figure from of Nathan Fillion, not because of Firefly. I know Firefly exists. I know it's got a big following. I've never seen an episode, but I've been watching Castle lately, and I started watching The Rookie, and I really like Nathan Fillion, so I was like, I'll get a figure of him and sneak him in there. But my big, huge purchase of the day, and I'm so happy about it, is the Patrol Dewback. I'm more excited about the box. I already have a Patrol Dewback, so I'll probably put one of them out for sale in my yard sale. I'll take whichever one is in better shape. This one's in pretty good shape, though, looking at it. Okay, neck, everything still works. Still got the saddle. The reins are in good shape. So yeah, I'll compare this to my original, and then see what we got. Now this is a collector series, so I'm pretty sure that this is not from the. I mean, it's from the vintage years back in the 70s and 80s, but I'm pretty sure it's not from 78. I don't know if there's a year on it, but it does say collector series on the box right there. And I do believe that came later. This looks like, yeah, 1983. They re-released some of these when Return of the Jedi came out, but on the Star Wars box. None, doesn't matter. Still a lot. I'm not going to say what I paid for it, but I will say that comparatively to eBay sold prices, it was a deal. Again, I'm mostly interested in the box. So, but now I have a box and a figure, so that's cool. All right. Let's see where our adventure takes us, if it takes us anywhere else today. Okay, we are at MetLife Stadium parking lot. There is a Saturday flea market. So let's go check out. Ooh, gotta work my way past this. Let's see what is available. Of course, flea markets are, you know, much more open-ended with a lot more stuff. So let's just see what we can see. Well, I've got to say, at first glance, I'm not overly impressed. Although, just in the general flea market wise, it's pretty cool. There's lots of items. It's not really a flea market, it's more like a portable outlet. Most of the items here are new. I'm sure some things are knockoffs, you know, but not seeing too much in the area of Star Wars. Also, it doesn't help that it is absolutely crazy. That's just unbearable. So there's also a lot of spots, I guess, people are not really here. I mean, you know, there's a lot of empty spots, and I think that's kind of common. That's why some of the places here, I'm collecting my little flea market database. Sorry if there's a wind too. I have a microphone protector, so I apologize for the wind, but it feels as though some folk choose to keep things indoor in the winter months. So I think I do have a local one closer to my home that I'll check out. It does seem to have a little bit more collectible and antique type of things. This just seems to be mostly new or like new. So I'm not really seeing too much. Ooh. It's like the Ark of the Covenant here. I will, glasses. There's some interesting stuff. Yeah, tools. All right, here we go. In some ways, I can't be absolutely certain everything I'm seeing here. Any about what I'm seeing here is, let's just say, legally purchased so that they can sell it. I don't know. Here we go. Some interesting stuff here.
mais 5 below 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. Cacete.
$5 guitar. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Some potential there, but nothing Star Wars. Saw a few things that could have been. I'm sure if I rifled through comics, postcards. Wow. Oh. Okay. But I'm not really interested in comics.
Your family. Look, you made my day. About the bags. Bags.
Oh my goodness, it is really cold out, folks. Really cold. Oh, copyright music. Gotta sing over it. Okay, cool. Blinds. All right. Ooh. It just seems like a lot of random hodgepodge of what I think is new items. Maybe they're cheap knockoffs. I don't know. Oh, wow, interesting. Let's do a little bit of research. You might find military weapons and probably not in this country, but in England, if you go to these kind of flea markets, you might find military weapons that prop masters used to make the blasters for, hopefully that doesn't get a copyright strike or anything. I'm not condoning anything of that nature. I'm just saying that's what they did. They were using regular guns.
Somebody's selling Heineken over here. Cases of Heineken. I got a bottle of vodka here. Peppermint snack.
Cold. Just a wind chill. Looks like hit the toy. Ah, there we go. We got a Kira. 5-inch. Not bad. But I'm actually solutions apply. most of what I'm seeing right now is basically certainly you'll see better days. Yeah, it feels like this stuff has been like picked up from the trash. We do have a galactic snacking voodoo. Not seeing anything. Basically, all I'm seeing are things that I'm trying to get out of my collection, not put into it. Nothing against the newer stuff. It's just that, you know, I collected that as an adult, so it's something that I play with. So it's been
Ay, que ahorita andamos tan abrigados que nada. Pareciera que no está frío.
You know, I'll say this, it's very interesting. You know, flea markets, in a way, are kind of nice because they are basically form of recycling. You know, all this stuff could end up in the trash, but these guys are trying to make some money off of it, and I think that's a good thing. Rather that than end up in the trash. But I figured I'd find at least one Funko Pop. Oh, that's cute.
$2.
Everything over here, $1, 6 for 5.
All right, thanks.
Box of just I won't count the series, like all the Star Wars
Yeah.
toys. So I take them all and do $1 a piece. Let me come back. Thank you, though.
It's amazing, the range. What I paid for the for a 40-year-old Control Dupac, 45-year-old Control Dupac. No, 40-year-old actually. Versus a box full of Star Wars figures. I picked up for essentially $4. I think we're good. So, nothing of note. Mostly just, and apologize if the wind is blowing. But yeah, nothing of note. Mostly just, you know, mass amounts of loose figures or newer figures or damaged carded newer figures. Great place to go to if you're interested in, you know, starting up your own, you know, starting up a new collection. And you don't mind it being loose because you can find a few. You know, the guy with the $1 figure. There's some good figures in there. Good characters. So that was pretty cool, but not anything that I am interested in at this time. But there is something, before we wrap things up, there is something really close to here that I want to check out. So let's see. Okay, here we are at the American Dream Mall. It's a party here, folks. It's a party. And I got to talk over the copyrighted music. But there it is, American Dream. But I'm not just here to walk around a mall. There's one specific place that I'm just going to kind of take a quick peek at. One of the few places left in the United States of America where you can find a Toys R Us. Now, it's not anywhere near as cool as the original Toys R Us's were, but let's go check it out. Interestingly enough, there is a Pinstripe Pride signing event for the New York Yankees. That's hysterical. Be cool if I was into that. All right, now I gotta find where be the Toys R Us. I think I need to find a map. Sorry, this is not a New York Yankees unboxing show. If it were, I'd be real excited right now. But I appreciate fandom in any form. An ice rink. Crazy. There's an ice rink. Who knew? That a mall would have an ice rink. Also, Sesame Street. Learn and play. That's cool. It's kind of a fun little setup here. Ah. Oh, it's like going in there. That's so cool. Do not want to film children. Hey, Bert. Hey, Ernie. Well, I'm here at the Toys R Us, but sadly, it is closed. Sad trombone. Wah, 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 wah. That's all right. I'm pretty sure that I know what would be there, and that would be items that I don't need because I already purchased or put on pre-order. There is a Nickelodeon. Wow, this place is pretty epic. So, and there's a nice place for sugar. If you want sugar stuff. Holy cow, that's all sugar. It's crazy. I know this isn't Star Wars related, but I just need to go and check out from the top here. I need to see this Nickelodeon universe. Nickelodeon is a little past my time. I mean, I really didn't have cable growing up, so I didn't really watch Nickelodeon. I was, PBS, Saturday morning cartoon type thing, You got the DreamWorks water park. Cool. You got the, oh my God, it's like a whole sugar. You want it. Crazy, man. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Holy cow. I don't know if I can get in beyond this, but that is amazing. Wow. Well, pretty cool stuff, but sadly, I'm not, Toys R Us doesn't open for an hour, and I've got other things I got to do today, so I'm not going to be waiting for that. So we're going to head back out. Well, it turns out that was a dud. So not a big deal, though. I was really happy with the Wayne Toy Show, and that's a monthly event, so I may be back for that. Again, I'm just looking right now, picking and choosing through some vintage stuff. There were a few puzzles there. There were a few other items that I was like eyeing, and if I hadn't made the bigger purchase with the dewback and the box, I probably would have gone with some other stuff. But that's fine. It was a successful day out, morning out. Sorry that Toys R Us wasn't open up, but it was only because I was right next to it. I wanted to check out the flea market at Meadowlands. The Meadowlands Flea Market is every Saturday at the Meadowlands Lot J, I believe, and I would suggest waiting for it to be warmer. Okay, not that you could probably have a good time there in January, but it's just it was very windy today. And I was hoping we'd get a little more warmth. We had a warm spell hit us after like 2 weeks of really cold, but with the wind chill just kind of canceled it out. So that's my only issue there. But there was some interesting stuff there. Again, definitely more if you're interested in trying to build up a collection inexpensively from more modern Star Wars. There was nothing vintage there. I don't think you're going to find that. And it's been pretty much, I think most flea markets and yard sale, garage sales and yard sales are probably your better bet for vintage, because you might get some estates that are just selling out whatever in the house. And if parents or grandparents that have passed away have stuff in the attic from their kids or grandkids, that might be the kind of thing you're going to find. But for flea markets, it's a little bit more hit or miss. See what's, you just got to see what happens in your local area. So, well, that was my first attempt at this, guys. We're going to see how we do with it. We're going to see, if I don't know if it'll be every week. It'll probably be every couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to it. And looking forward to sharing it with you. So like, subscribe, hit the notification. Again, we'll still be doing our unboxing. I have a very special unboxing coming pretty much. I'm just waiting on a few items to come in the mail that I purchased on eBay. And I'm really excited to share that with you all. It's I'm not going to say, it's not Star Wars. What I'm going to call it is Star Wars adjacent. Let's leave it at that. And you'll see what I mean when I unbox, and you'll see. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Check me out on Instagram and Bluesky. Darth Tuba's unboxing page on Facebook. All right, and thank you Red 5 Network for supporting the channel and promoting it. Please check out my channel on please check out the Red 5 network of channels and podcasts and YouTube channels for a lot of cool Star Wars content. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.